All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 2 o'clock. We're going to get started with our live stream for today for fourth grade dance. So, hope everybody's doing really well. We are almost at the end of the school year. Pretty crazy that we're almost done. And just a friendly reminder to everyone who is here, we have lessons the rest of this week. And then next week, we will be done with lessons. However, we will definitely have a live stream next Wednesday. Okay? I'm just letting everybody know we will have a live stream next Wednesday. So I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, the music is in the description. I'll post the link in the chat right now just in case you missed it. But we are working on most requested song snippets. And I added one more since we started last time that's a little bit longer. So we're just going to stick with 5. Now, we started this last week. We didn't play through everything. And we didn't play for a long time in general. So today we're going to just focus on the most requested song snippets. We're going to take our time, and we're just going to take it easy and have fun with it. Okay. So if you have not already, go ahead and pull up the music for today, and make sure that you play a few long tones on your instrument before we get started. All right. So for the most requested song snippets, we have 5 right now. The Batman theme, the Star Wars main theme, the Minecraft theme, Avengers Endgame theme, and then I added one more, Hedwig's theme from Harry Potter. So we have 5 themes right now, and I'll be adding to the list as we go along. Okay, so to get things started, what we're going to do is play the Batman theme. Now, we started off with this one last time after we did our 6-note songs. Just remember that we have a new note in here. Depending on what instrument you play, it might be different. If you're a flute or oboe player, you have a new note, C sharp, okay, which is D flat with your right pinky. If you're a flute player, or if you're an oboe player, you're going to play that a little differently. But I don't think we have any oboe players in here right now. So I'll go over fingerings as we need to. But anyways, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play each one of these one time, and then we're going to play them together twice. We might get through some of these songs a little bit quicker than others, and we might be done before 2:30, but we're going to just take our time and enjoy and have fun. Remember, if you're watching this after it's been streamed, you can pause at any time to review what we've done, and we hope you enjoy it. Okay. So let's start with the Batman theme. I'm going to play this one, and then we'll give it a try, and go from there. All right. Just going to get my clarinet reed all set up here. There we go. Okay. So here's the Batman theme. I would just recommend following along with it for the first time through, and then join me for the second and third time. We'll play each of these 3 times total. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Batman theme is first. Okay, here's the Batman theme. 1, 2, 3. All right, so that's our Batman theme. Now, normally it goes a little bit faster like this. But remember, we want to do things slowly and correctly. Okay, it's more important that we play it correctly than playing it quickly. Okay, we can always increase the tempo later. All right, so let's try the Batman theme twice together. I'll count you in, and then we'll go from there. So here we go. 1 and 2 and ready. All right, so that's the Batman theme, and we'll try it one more time before we move on. For those of you that are commenting in the chat, just so you know, I'm hoping that we can play through all 5 of these today. We have plenty of time, so just be patient. Hang in there, okay? All right, so let's try that again one more time before we move on. Here's the Batman theme from the beginning. 1 and 2, and here you go. and that's the Batman theme. So feel free to increase the tempo as you go if you wish. But again, remember, make sure you can do things correctly. Make sure you can play the rhythms evenly before you move on. Okay, that's the Batman theme. We're going to move on. The next one that I have on the docket is the Star Wars theme. Now, this isn't the whole entire Star Wars main theme. Remember, this is song snippets. Snippets are just little chunks of songs, so we're not going to play everything in that main theme, but we're going to get the bulk of it. Now, with this one, we have a new rhythm, and it's triplet. Okay, and specifically, it's called an eighth note triplet. Now, or triplet, if you're going to pronounce it as it's actually written. But the reason why sometimes they'll say triplet is because that's how we would actually count it. So for the rhythm for Star Wars, it goes like this: 1, 2, 3, triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4, triplet. 2, 3, 4, triplet. 2, 3, 4, triplet. 2, 3, triplet. 1, 2, 3, 4, triplet. 2, 3, 4, triplet. 2, 3, 4, triplet. 2, 3, triplet. 1. Now, I mentioned this when we did this before. Some of these notes you might not know yet. For example, low G trumpets is 1 and 3. So if you can't play the low G, I mean, most of you haven't gotten there yet in 4th grade. Don't worry about that. You can play G, 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 C, G, F, E, D, C. And notice also that C on the 3rd space of the staff. Some of you haven't learned that yet, so don't worry. You can play it down on the first ledger line below the staff, okay? It'll be pretty close. So let's try it. I'm going to count you in. I'll give you 1, 2, 3, and then I'll play first, and then you can try it. Okay? Here we go. 1, 2. All right, so that is a little portion of the Star Wars main theme. Now we're going to try it together as a group. So we're going to play it through twice. I would encourage you to join me this time and do your best and just have fun, okay? So here we go. Here's the Star Wars theme. From the beginning, I'll count you in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe on beat 3. You're going to come in on beat 4 with triplet. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. All right. So that's the Star Wars main theme, and then we're just going to go ahead and try it one more time. Here we go. Just do your best. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the Star Wars main theme. We're going to go on to the next one, which is the Minecraft theme. This is the one that normally plays in the menu when you first load the game. This one, the rhythm is kind of weird, actually, but it's nothing that we can't do. You know, I think it's pretty manageable once we figure out how to count it. So the Minecraft theme, you're going to count like this. Ta, 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 ta. Now, depending on what part you play, you might be like, oh my gosh, I have some new notes. It looks kind of wacky. Don't worry about that. I'm going to go over everything and make sure we're feeling comfortable before we go on. For instruments like flutes and oboes, you have some new notes, including B natural and E natural and low D. So listen carefully. I'm going to go over these. And remember, have your book out with your fingering chart in the front. That way, if you need to look at anything while we try it, you can. And remember, we didn't play the Minecraft theme last time, so don't worry if you can't get it right away. You can always come back and practice it. It's really not too bad once you try to put it together, especially with the new fingerings. It'll get easier as you go. Okay, so don't worry about it if you can't get it right away. Anyway, so with this one, if you're playing flute and you have the notes B natural, it's thumb, index finger, and right pinky, like this. Your next note is A natural, most of you should know. Low E natural, which is on the first line, is like F plus your middle finger if you're a flute. So and then you have low D, that's that last note right below the staff for flutes. That's going to be like our normal D here, thumb, middle ring, index, middle ring. However, you add your index finger in the left hand and you slow down the air. So everybody relax in the chat, okay? Because we want to keep our chat reserved for talking about band stuff right now, okay? Thank you. Because I don't want to turn it off because I use it to help you guys while we're doing this. Okay, so anyways, that's for flutes. For clarinets, we'll go to the next. Let's see. There we go. For clarinets, you have two new notes. We know B natural, but we need to understand C sharp and low F sharp. Okay, so for C sharp, it's thumb, index, middle, ring, like a normal C, plus this pinky key right here. Not this group of three, but this one right here. B natural is like C plus your middle finger. And then F sharp is like F normally, but instead of this bottom left key, it's actually the one on the top right. So I'll play this on the clarinet so you can understand what it sounds like. And then one final new note before I forget, clarinet's low E is like F, plus you're going to use this inside pinky key, like closest to your other hand. That's the low E. Okay, so just relax and follow along. Again, if you don't get it right away, you're going to need to review some of these notes in your fingering chart. Just remember that, yes, we have new notes, but remember all the notes that you've learned so far this year, you'll get them. Okay, so don't worry. It doesn't help to stress out and type about it in the chat. Just saying. Okay, so I'm going to come back to clarinets if you need help or anybody else. Let's go on to trumpets. And then we have trumpets in here right now. For the trumpets, you have some new notes also, just like the clarinets, but obviously you have different fingerings. So for trumpet, oh, you're at the bottom. There we go. For trumpets, you also have C sharp and low F sharp. I would actually play the F sharp up higher, but C sharp is index, middle, and ring finger. Okay, all three valves go down for C sharp. So I would play that for C sharp. And then when you get to the low A in the second measure, the two letter lines down, it's index and middle finger. Okay, we also know B natural already, that's our middle finger. The last note you have is a very low E, which we normally wouldn't play on a trumpet. So I'll have to move that back up in the music. I'll fix that. But just play that up higher. Okay, so let's try the Minecraft theme. I'm going to play these for now. If you're not quite sure, just hang in there and come back to this later. Okay? So here's the Minecraft theme. 1, 2, ready? And then, of course, you can kind of repeat that and go over that again and again. So we're going to do this one again. If you're not sure of the new notes, just sit this one out and relax and come back to it later. Okay? All right. Let's just do this one more time, then we'll move on to Avengers for everybody. So here's the Minecraft theme one more time. Just one more time today. 1, 2, 3. All right. So that's the Minecraft theme. Let's go on for now. I think this next one will be a little easier for everybody. Now we're going to go on to the Avengers Endgame theme. So that's the next one on your paper, Avengers Endgame theme. Okay, so this one we played last time as well. I'm going to try it once by myself, and then if you have questions about it, you can ask, and I'll answer those questions. But otherwise, we'll just try it. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes on from there. So, any questions about the end game theme? If you don't have any questions, don't type anything. Just leave it go. But if you have questions, please ask me. So again, if you don't have questions, you don't need to say a word. But I'll leave some time if you do have questions. All right, let's try it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. And then it goes from there. All right. Alicia, are there new notes in the song? You have a question. The only new one we have for clarinets is E flat, but remember, we already learned that. D sharp and E flat are the same. It's thumb, index, middle, and then the bottom side key right here. That's E flat. Okay, let's try it one more time, and then we'll work on Harry Potter. Harry Potter is probably the most challenging song on here. So again, be patient. If you don't get it right away, don't be discouraged by it. Just relax, and you'll have to work on it at home. It's just like anything in your book. If we look at it for the first time and you're like, oh my gosh, just relax. Remember, sometimes these things take some more practice time. Sometimes you don't get them right away, but you'll get there. So, end game one more time, and then we'll move on to Hedwig's theme. Here we go. 1, 2, end game. And that's the Avengers Endgame theme snippet that we have for today. Okay. Guys, the side comments, we don't need those. Not necessary. Thanks, though. Okay, Hedwig's theme. This one, we're going to talk through the rhythm. I'm going to talk through the pitches, especially at the end, because they do get a little funky. But fear not, you'll get them. All right, for this one, I'm going to switch to my flute for now. But I'll talk you through any new fingerings or anything else that you have. Apparently, this one's not showing Harry Potter for the flute. Okay, well, I'll have to look into that in a minute. All right, for this one, the theme should sound very familiar to you. It's the theme from Harry Potter. And so with that being said, you'll recognize it. Let me just play through it first, and then we'll talk about it, okay? All right, let's see here. There we go. 1, 2. Okay, so that's the Harry Potter theme that everyone knows, and it's actually Hedwig's theme. That's what it's called. So, with that being said, I'm going to talk about it. We're going to work on it. We're going to take our time. We will go nice and slow. There was no rush to play through this one. All right, so with that being said, let's take a look. Okay? All right, I'm going to go nice and slow through all of this, so just listen carefully. As far as new notes go, if you are a flute, if you are a oboe player, trombone, euphonium, you all have new notes with this one, which for some reason is not showing up for every instrument. Are you guys able to see all of the songs in your instrument part? If not, say no. I can't. For some reason, some of them are not showing up. I don't know if it's Google or what. Always something with technology, apparently. Okay, I'll have to look at that a little later here after we're done. But if you have the flute or oboe part, a couple of items for you. There's a B flat in your key signature. We don't have an E flat, so you're going to play E natural, flutes and oboes, and trombones and baritones as well. So E natural for flutes, just remember, is like F plus your middle finger. We talked about that with the Minecraft theme. And then you're going to have high A, which is the same as low A. It's just thumb, index, middle, and right pinky. Other than that, I don't really see any other new notes at this point other than looking through, scanning through. In the last line, you have an F sharp. Okay, you have an F sharp, which for flutes is like G plus the ring finger in your right hand and your pinky. It sounds like this. So with that being said, that's the only other new notes that you have. You might have some pitches that are written up high and down low. Just remember, we're going to take our time, and you can go over through all of these notes either in your lesson, or we can take a look at things in your fingering chart in your book. Okay? All right. So everybody take a deep breath and relax in the chat, because I'll turn it off if we're going to spam it. All right. With Hedwig's theme, let's see, where were we at? So we did flutes, oboes, clarinets, and trumpets. We'll talk to you next here. Clarinets and trumpets. I'm going to refresh the page here that I'm working with and see if that fixes the problem. Because I uploaded these the other day, but apparently it didn't get everything. Okay, oh, it's there. All right, so clarinets and trumpets. I'm just, again, scanning through. You have an F sharp in your key signature. Clarinets, F sharp is your index finger only on the front. Some of you know that already. Trumpets, F sharp is your second vowel. We should know that note already as well. Maybe not, and that's okay if you don't. Second vowel, okay? All right. Otherwise, you have B naturals both on the staff at some point on the third line, and then below the staff. Same fingering, second vowel. Okay, the last line is the trickiest. So it's D, C sharp, C natural, G sharp, C, B natural, B flat, G, E. So it's like, whoa, every note's different, but relax. This will take time. I'm not gonna tell you it's gonna be easy. Just take your time. Okay? All right. So Hedwig's theme. Relax. The last line is D, C sharp, C natural, G sharp, C, B flat, G, E. For clarinets first, you're playing D like you would low G, but with the octave key. D, and then C sharp is like D plus this top right hand pinky key again with the octave key down also. And then switch to C like you would low F with the octave key. And then you have G sharp, side key, then C, then B natural. So B natural is another new fingering. And again, if you don't know it, you can play it down lower. And then B flat is index and thumb. You should know that note already. Low B flat, you should know already. And then we have G and E at the end. Okay, so I'm just going to go over these ones for today. You can always look back at this video and go over it on your own just to make sure that you're working through the notes individually. If we're looking at the trumpet part, it's the same set of notes. When you get to measure 38, aka the last line, D with the first vowel. Okay, high D, you might not be able to hit that. So instead you can play low D. C sharp, again, you might not be able to hit that. So you can play index, middle, ring, low C sharp, and then G sharp is a new note. G sharp is second and third valve. Then we have C, B, B flat. So B natural is second valve. We already know that. B flat's first valve. And then that should take you through the end of this. Okay. Are there any other questions before we try this one? Okay, let's give it a shot. So again, we're going to go really slow. I just wanted to demonstrate it to you a little bit faster so you could understand what it would sound like in real time as if you were playing along with the movie, right? And even then, the movie might be a little faster than what I played. But don't be discouraged. This is pretty advanced music for what we've learned so far. I just thought it would be fun because this was requested. Remember that, okay? All right. Let's try it. Nice and slow. I'll give you 2 counts and then you're in. One final quick note. You have a dotted quarter eighth note, and that rhythm is going to be 1 and 3. Okay? So here it goes. Nice and slow. Ready, go. Oh. Okay, that's Harry Potter. We're going to try that again. We'll do that a couple more times, and then we'll call it a live stream. And again, you can come back and it's fun, and we'll play through these again. You know, I'm going to add some more songs for next time. This might be the hardest one that we play, so just try your best and have fun with it. And remember, it takes time to get better at these things. It's not going to happen right away. Okay, here's the Hedwig theme again. This is nice and slow, same thing. I'll give you 2 counts and then you're in. Ready, play. Right, so you learn it slow, take your time, especially with those new notes, learning one at a time, reviewing them, and then you'll put it together. It'll be worth your time to practice this one. Okay, let's try it one more time and then we'll call it a live stream. I think that will be good. Good place to end. Okay, here we go. Ready, play. All right, so that's the Hedwig theme. I hope you guys have enjoyed our requested song snippets today. Like I said, I'm going to be going through the list, and I'll add more to our list, and I'll add some easier songs too. So if you were frustrated at all by any of these songs today, just take a break, come back to them, and work on them in small chunks, just like you would out of your book. Okay, but I just wanted to have some fun options for you, especially. And if you're an advanced musician and you feel like you're not being challenged, there are some challenging things in here for you. But again, if you are frustrated by it, Don't let that discourage you. Just come back to it and practice it. I hope everybody has a good rest of your week, and I'll see you when I see you. Okay? We'll see you later.